Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here, New Life Pentecostal Church, Albany, Georgia. Hope you're having a great day in Jesus. We're going to take you through just a quick tutorial on how to use a Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. I've done a couple of reviews on Strong's, Young's. You know, you can see it's got the little tabs. It doesn't say A, B, C, D, E, F, but that's what it is, and it helps you in opening. But let's just take a quick look on the inside of that. You know, it's a huge book. So let's say you want to do a study on Balaam. You know, you're like, okay, who is this Balaam guy? I'm reading in the book of Revelation. It talks about Balaam. A lot of people call him Balaam or Balaam. Okay, let's see. So you turn over here, and over here in the bottom part, it's going to give every place in the Bible where the word Balaam is mentioned. Right here, and I think it's going to go over, yeah, quite a bit into the next page. Now, one reason I like that Nelson Strong's is, and I think the Zondervan Strong's does as well, is it gives you, it counts. Now, for you, like I'd say 43 times or whatever. This one, you can just count. Now, you might think, well, that's not so bad. Well, some words, it's bad. It's better to have the counting done for you. But yeah, this one doesn't have the counting. It does have the red letter. So like Jesus mentioned Balaam in Revelation 2:14. So that's really good. So now we're going to look here, Revelation 2:14. We're going to see Jesus. So there's 3 New Testament references, 2 Peter 2:15, Jude 11, Revelation 2:14. So we're going to see that. And you see out to the side, it has a number with a G in front of it. That just indicates Greek. The ones above it have a number with an H in front of it. In many words, there may be different numbers. And that means the same word in English was translated from multiple Hebrew or Greek words. So we're going to look. So that was G903. So I look to my fan tab. Let's see what that fan tab is. So that's Greek. That's Hebrew. So what's this fan tab? Oh, that's the minor used words. So we're looking at 903. You always want to maybe hold your hand there because you will forget. And so when you get to 903, G903 here in the back, and you're going to see 903, and I actually studied Hebrew and Greek like this, that it is Balaam of Hebrew origin, Hebrew 1109, Balaam, a Mesopotamian, symbolic of a false teacher. So we'll let you read that right there. It's at the top. Balaam there, or Balaam. And then we'll look it up in Hebrew and see if it gives us a little hint of meaning in Hebrew. And it does look like it's the same Hebrew word in every instance because the numbering system is the same. Some people would have found very few that aren't the same in all of this. And I appreciate those people that do that. I think the guy that does the online Bible and all this. Okay, 1109, Nehemiah 13:2. Which that's kind of cool that he's mentioning Nehemiah, Micah, Joshua, Deuteronomy. Oh no, so we'll look up Deuteronomy 13:2, 1109. So we're going to come over here to the fan tab for Hebrew, and it's going to be the first. Oh, and I said, so I think it was 1109. I said to keep your place, and I didn't keep my place. And then you forget the number. Okay, 1109. Let's just see if it's 1109. 1109. Yes, it is Balaam. Okay, probably from Hebrew 1077. So then you can start doing some etymology. And Hebrew 5971, not of the people, i.e. a foreigner, Balaam, a Mesopotamian prophet, also a place in Palestine. So that's in the middle, H1109. So that's how you use it. So you can find every place where every word in the Bible is used. Now, let's think of the word window. I'm just trying to come up with a word. So let's look up window real quick. And it's all alphabetical. Boy, look at all the time will is used. Okay, window. Window is used here in singular and plural. So we're going to look it up in singular, and all but 2 places are going to be in Hebrew. So here's where window is, and we'll look up those numbers in the back. So you can see window is right there. So we're going to look up that number. We'll start in Hebrew, actually. 6672. Now, that is the only place window, that word is translated window, 6672. Every other place in the Old Testament, it's 2474. So you can see that's a little bit of a nuance there. So 6672, we'll look it up in Hebrew. 6672. Yep, and you can learn to speak Hebrew and Greek like this. You wouldn't learn the grammar very well, though. Okay, 6672. And the word for window in Genesis, where that is sohar, which means a light, double light. So there it is, 6672, right over in here. And you could look up the other words that are still translated window, but it's a different word, and because that would be the windows of heaven. That's the reason it's light and all this. And then how it's used in the New Testament as well. Now, it says it's exhaustive concordance. I'll just show you this part. Like the word was, instead of putting it with its Hebrew equivalent, it doesn't do that. It does list every place where the word was is. So there's, I know in one of the Bibles like this, it's about 500 words. I'm not sure how many words this one does exactly, that you just can't look up the Hebrew and Greek because they're considered to be very minor, and you'd probably rarely, if you were looking those up, you would be in more of a technical discussion. Like I'm seeing the word were as well, W-E-R-E. So the Strong's Concordance, one of the best study tools that have ever been created. Like you can see the word of here. Like it's going to take up many, many pages of small print because of the word of. But I do commend Hendrickson. This is only $7.99, and it's a very easy reading print. It's not as small as some of the other Strong's Concordances. So definitely. And one thing, electronics can go out sometime. Like we're waiting, a solar flare, a EMP, anything else. Electric grid goes down for whatever reason. You still have it in hard copy. It's a good safety insurance. And some people just because of learning, they think you learn more. And there's some scientific studies that show that with black and white paper other than electronics. So anyhow, God bless. Talk with you later. That's how to use a Strong's Concordance.